Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lana. And welcome to Brainbox, the science show that blows your mind.
Today's episode is about a little planet called Earth.
Never heard of it.
Well, by the end of today's episode you will. Let's have a look at what else is coming up on today's show.
I go on a mission to the observatory. Then we'll talk you through what carbon footprint means and how to reduce it.
We tackle a problem a viewer has brought in about living on planet Earth.
And finally, we challenge two brothers to create robots in this week's game of
Sibling Rivalry!
Let's meet them now.
So what is your names?
I'm Bailey.
And I'm Jensen.
And Bailey and Jensen, how old are you?
I'm 10.
And I'm 12.
Great. And have you ever done anything like this before? Built
Never.
robots or anything?
No.
Never. So are you excited about today?
Yeah.
Yeah? And the $1 million question is, which brother do you reckon is going to win today's challenge?
Me.
Oh, we are going to have to wait and see. But first, how about a story, Lana?
Ooh, I love stories. Is it about monsters and dragons and evil magic wizards and princesses trapped in towers?
Not quite. Today's story is about our universe and how it was created and how we humans got here today.
So what happened at the beginning of time?
Well, nearly 14 billion years ago, there was nothing.
Oh, come on. You must be making this up.
You'd think so, but there was just one thing which is thought to have held all our mass, space and time.
And this is called the singularity, which is a point of infinite density. It was the only ingredient needed for the recipe to make the Big Bang.
Hey Lana, have a balloon. Imagine marking dots on a deflated balloon and blowing it up. The dots represent galaxies and stars, and the balloon represents our universe. As it gets bigger,
the dots we marked will begin to get further and further away from each other. It means that our universe has and always will be expanding.
and then BAM! It all exploded?
Actually, not quite. There wasn't an explosion. The Big Bang is just what an astronomer called Fred Hoyle named it.
So how do we know the Big Bang actually happened, Lana?
Many scientists developed this theory, trying to figure out how it happened. But it was a really simple idea which Edwin Hubble came up with. He figured out that our universe is expanding using the logic that if you reverse a clock, pretending the universe was shrinking, then it must have started from somewhere smaller, which in this instance would be the singularity, which we explained earlier.
Lana, do you hear that?
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah!
Oh, should we just listen to some music?
Yeah, let's do it. Put something on.
Alright.
What do you want, Bill?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a good
yeah,
choice. Good choice.
Put it on, put it on.
Now, this is a story all about how the universe got flipped turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how we came to live on Earth breathing air.
Before the solar system came to be, something had to happen. The Big Bang Theory, there was nothing but darkness, it wasn't cool. So here's some science said straight out of school. It started with a particle floating there, but suddenly there was a massive flare. There was one big explosion, you would have been scared, and then the universe expanded. No one was prepared.
Big Bang Theory, yo, it ain't bad. First it was messy, Mum would have been mad. But then planets formed, the future was bright. Great, everything was alright.
But wait here, it took some time to form at about 13 billion years and all that.
Is that so?
Yeah, honestly I swear, and now the universe is here for us to take care.
So it really only started with a particle?
I promise you the whole thing is pretty remarkable. If anything, I could say that this itch was rare, but I thought now forget it, Big Bang can't be compared. You can download our song for free by going onto our website, www.cbbc.com/brainbox, so you can listen to it on the go.
But remember, please do ask a parent before doing anything.
So this wonderful, complicated planet we are living on was of course created by the Big Bang, and as animals we evolved into human beings. Evolution itself is all about survival and adapting to our environment.
Charles Darwin explained the theory by telling us that all different species have evolved from simple life forms, just like Pokemon. These simple life forms first developed more than 3 billion years ago.
Therefore, we slowly evolved from monkeys. In nature, we know that animals reproduce, but they do not reproduce exact copies.
Children look like their parents, but not exactly. This is called variation. What makes us different from each other is the variation in our genes.
Wow, we've come far considering the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and there's so much beyond our planet.
It makes you really wonder what's out there. Like aliens!
Hopefully, some nice aliens. We're sending you on a mission to the observatory so you can explore our universe.
But just before that, let's check in on Jensen and Bailey.
So how's it going, guys?
Good.
Yeah, and how's the robots looking? I think they look great.
They are good.
Yeah? Are you happy with them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think they're looking amazing. So we'll let you guys get on and we'll come back to you in a bit.
So I've been sent out on a mission to find as many objects as I can from this book. I'm lucky enough to live in London, so I'm starting at the Greenwich Observatory. And just by being here, I can check off 2 tasks off my list. Right outside the observatory is a telescope. Let's see what we can find. Oh look, there's the moon. I can check that off my list now. And it's at the final phase, so it's a full moon. Check! I have stumbled across the observatory. Score! Now I'm going inside to see what I can find. I found some really cool photos of the sky at night, part of a competition run by the planetarium. Here are a few of my favourites, including the winner and the runners-up. If you've taken some awesome photos, why not send them to brainbox@cbbc.co.uk, and they might be featured on next week's show. But remember, tell an adult first. Now let's get back on our scavenger hunt, shall we? Around the observatory, I found 3 more items on my list. The armillary sphere, the orrery, and a meteorite. Fun fact, this meteorite is part of the Gibeon meteorite, which means that it hit the Earth when the dinosaurs were roaming around. If you want to pick this book up, it's available at the planetarium, or you can get your parents to buy it from all good bookstores or online. I had so much fun today. Now let's learn about how to keep the planet safe. Back to the studio.
Well, Lana, we've calculated your score and you've done quite well. 120 points.
I'm really pleased with myself. That's more than my UCAS points. If you've had a go and beaten my score, send in a photo of yourself to our email, brainbox@cbbc.co.uk, and it might be featured on our show.
And here are some amazing drawings from viewers at home.
This was sent in by Demetrius. He absolutely loves dinosaurs. He said I did this during my lunchtime and I didn't eat my jam sandwiches. This was sent in by Sephora and David. They made a science booklet and they said, I put a zoo in there. Wow, that's amazing. Gabby said, I love Brainbox. Oh, that's really sweet, Gabby. And finally, we have a pizza rocket made by Emma, who's aged 9. Wow, that's fueled by meatballs. Crazy.
And we've also got an email sent in from James. It says, Dear Brainbox, my older brother went off to uni and I miss him loads. In school, we've been learning about our carbon footprint and how to save the planet. I'm worried that Ben isn't doing his fair share of looking after the planet. Can you help me?
Well, Ben, we actually went to James' brother's student house and used the carbon footprint calculator to see how he was doing.
Hi James, welcome to my student room. I know you had some queries regarding the carbon footprint, and although my room isn't much, we can still use it to calculate the carbon footprint and see how I'm impacting the environment. But before we get onto that, here are some ways to teach you how to reduce your carbon footprint. The first thing you can do to improve your carbon footprint is by turning the taps off. It's really that simple. In the morning when we brush our teeth and leave the taps on, we waste a lot of water. For those that do this, we can waste up to 6 litres of water per minute. Just think about the amount we can save. So to minimise water usage, just turn the taps off. Many people jump in the car for short journeys. However, did you know by doing this you are intensifying global warming and increasing fuel consumption? Instead of doing this, you can simply walk, take public transport or even cycle for your journeys, and you can save the environment by reducing global warming. As you may know, recycling is an important part of how the modern day works. But how important is it? Did you know that just one recycled tin can can save enough energy to power the TV for 3 hours? Just think about how much Brainbox you can watch. Or even the dumping grounds. Another way to recycle is to reuse. For example, when going shopping, you can use the bag for life frequently instead of using plastic bags. Did you know plastic bags can take 400 to 1,000 years to break down? Think of all the damage it's doing to the environment. Food. We all eat it daily. Chocolate, crisps, all sorts of snacks, and we love them all. But have you ever thought about changing up your diet? Every year we waste up to 15 million tonnes of food, and this increases our carbon footprint massively. By eating more locally grown food, you can reduce food importation, and on top of that, this encourages diversification of local agriculture. So, how much food do you waste? If you visit the CBBC website, you can calculate your carbon footprint. Here's me calculating mine earlier. I hope you've learnt from Miss James. We're going to test Lana's carbon footprint now. Back to you in the studio.
Oh, James, it seems like your brother has kept his student house tidy and keeping his carbon footprint really low.
Carbon footprint is the amount of carbon dioxide which is released into the air because of our energy needs. These needs include transportation, electricity, food or clothing. So anything we do really.
By the term footprint, it means something we are leaving behind. So we are being selfish by leaving behind the energy that was created during our needs. And the Earth does not benefit from these energies as soon as they are released into the air.
I know a few ideas to keep your carbon footprint low, Lana. Firstly, you should remember the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle. By recycling things like paper and cardboard boxes, you can create anything using your imagination.
Just like what Kieran, aged 9, has done. He made a laptop made out of scrap paper. You can look at how to make this cool laptop or cool crafty ideas on our website. And if you do end up making something, send it to our PO box or email. Then they might be featured on our episode next time.
Oh my gosh, Lana, that laptop looks so cool. And if you use a real life laptop or computer at home, then make sure to turn it off or not use it as often.
You can also change your light bulbs to new LED light bulbs. These lights only use a small amount of electricity but still give the same light. Plus, they last longer, or you can simply turn off the light. But when you don't need it, of course.
When it's cold, you can simply wear more jumpers, socks or hats instead of turning up the heater or putting the fireplace on.
How do I look?
you look amazing, and it looks like you have lowered your carbon footprint. Doing these things alone saves you over a quarter of your carbon footprint, so make sure you tell your friends and family about these tips. What on earth are you doing?
They're my cool dance moves.
Oh, I think you look stiff, to be honest.
I think they look very robotic, but not compared to these robots made by our 2 contestants this week on Sibling Rivalry. This week we've challenged brothers Jensen and Bailey to make robots, which they've been building behind us. Let's go see their robots.
Wow, guys, I think these look really cool. Are you happy with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what have you called them?
Mine, Kieran.
Kieran? Why have you called it Kieran?
Because it's my brother's name.
Oh, I think that's so sweet. Your brother must be really happy. And what about yours?
Carbot, because it looks like a car.
I think that's a great name. Well, we'll ask our judge Bill the Skeleton and see who he thinks the winner is.
And surprisingly, you both won! Your prize is tickets for you and your family to visit the Science Museum and visit the robots exhibition. Take a look.
At this exhibition, there are 7 amazing robots you've got to visit. One of my favourites is the most famous robot baddies of all time, the T-800 Terminator. Hopefully it won't give you nightmares. One of the strangest exhibitions here is the Kodomaroid, a human-like robot who is made to be used as a news presenter. Her features are so realistic, but moves in such a weird robotic way. Who knows, maybe she'll be the next CBBC presenter. Robo-Thespian is designed as a working robot actor, and the only robot to be able to speak Klingon, a language from Star Trek. Make sure you check out Pepper, your very own robot friend, who even responds to you as you speak, tells you stories and responds to touches on its hand and head. You can even interact with some of these mind-boggling robots yourself. Check out these and many more at this amazing robot exhibition at the Science Museum.
On our website, cbbc.co.uk/brainbox, are some places around the country you can visit for cool science exhibitions.
Well, Lana, today has been a great show. Those robots, honestly, one day they could even take over our jobs.
That Kodomaroid was more lifelike than me.
Well, what did you think about the rest of the show?
I think it was so good.
Well, that's all we've got time for on today's episode of Brainbox. Join us tomorrow where we'll be looking at some cool science experiments you can do at home.
Thank you to our guests Jensen and Bailey, the Greenwich Observatory, Ben and James, and the Science Museum. And most importantly, thank you for watching at home. See you tomorrow with more mind-blowing knowledge. See you!
Bye!